Hey guys, welcome back to another video and Happy New Year! I can't believe that it's already 2021, but here we are. Now when New Year comes around, most people start thinking about what resolutions they are going to make for the next year. And I used to do the exact same thing. Every December I would come up with a long list of all of the things that I was going to do the next year to make my life better in some way. But somewhere around January or February, I would usually fail. And I would kind of just feel bad about myself, and I would have accomplished really not much of anything towards my goals. I continued to do this for a very long time until about 5 or 6 years ago, one of my good friends called me up and said, "Hey, I am going to do something different this year for New Year's resolutions, and I thought you would enjoy doing it with me." And what she had decided to do was, instead of saying, I'm going to do this one thing or these 10 things for an entire year, she was going to challenge herself with something different every single month for 30 days. I thought that was a fantastic idea because I can stick with just about anything for 30 days, and hopefully I would be able to develop some really good habits along the way. And I've been doing New Year's resolutions this way ever since. Often I will create at least a couple new habits throughout the year that make my life easier, but even if I'm not creating a new habit, it can be fun to just challenge yourself to do something new for 30 days. And that brings me to this video. My challenge to myself for January this year is to fold my children's clothing the KonMari Way for 30 days. Now, I have tried KonMari folding before, and it hasn't worked out super well for me. But I'm finding that my kids' clothes just end up getting shoved in the drawers, and then it becomes hard to find what they're looking for. And I think that they are at the ages now where I can teach them to do it themselves. So I'm going to give it a shot. I'm going to try to teach them to do it. I'm going to try to learn to do it myself for when I am putting their clothes away. And I'm also going to declutter their clothes during this video. Yes, I have decluttered their clothes before, as I've mentioned in other videos, but we are very blessed to receive a lot of hand-me-downs from friends with older kids. And because of this, sometimes we just end up with more clothes than our girls can use on a weekly or even monthly basis. So some of those clothes that they don't love quite as much just end up getting shoved in the back of their drawer and getting wrinkly and not getting used. So I think that it's much better to go through the clothes and maybe share some of the surplus with other friends who might need the clothes as well. So I'm going to get started right now with the decluttering process for my younger daughter's clothing. And once I am done with that, I am going to try to figure out how to fold the clothes KonMari style. So wish me luck. I will be using probably a tutorial video for this, and I will be sure to pop the link in the description below in case you would like to check that out as well. Now, the first thing to remember when you are decluttering your kids' clothing is to let them be involved in the process. Don't declutter their favorite clothes that they love to wear all the time unless they've outgrown them, or maybe they've worn them so much that they aren't really suitable for everyday clothing anymore. And even as you are decluttering, ask them. If you have 10 long sleeve black shirts, ask them which ones are their favorite and pass the other ones on to another kid that could use them more than your child can. Another thing that can make decluttering your kids' clothes a lot easier for them is if you have a specific friend in mind that might be able to use the clothes. We have a couple friends that are right around the same size as my younger daughter, so I can easily say to her, hey, do you want to share these clothes with so-and-so, as opposed to just telling her that they're going to go to Goodwill. It just makes it a little bit easier to part with something if you know the person that will be enjoying it. Now, another thing that I like to keep in mind is I want my girls to have about 1 to 2 weeks of everyday clothing. This doesn't include things like rain gear or snow gear or swimsuits and seasonal clothing items. But I just want to have a reasonable amount of clothes that will also keep them from changing clothes 20 times a day. I find when the girls have too many clothes, they tend to change clothes more often, which in turn creates more laundry for me. And paring down their clothes definitely helps us solve this problem. Now, when I am decluttering the clothes, if there are seasonal clothes like shorts, I won't be getting rid of them if they still fit, but I will put them up in the closet so they are kind of out of sight, out of mind. Because they would wear shorts all year long, even when it is way too cold for shorts outside. And getting dressed in the morning just becomes a struggle. So I find if I put them up in the closet, out of reach and out of their line of sight, it is much easier to just get them to wear clothes that are appropriate for the season that we are in. And with all that in mind, I think we can go ahead and get started on the clothes. Now, I have not pre-cleaned these drawers, and My girls are in charge of putting their own clothes away, which means, especially for the 2.5-year-old, clothes get put in the wrong drawers and they tend to just get shoved in the drawers. So don't judge me for how they look right now, and I am hoping the KonMari method will help us solve this problem of the messy drawers. We will see. And if you want to see an update video at the end of the 30 days to see how it worked for us, if the kids were able to learn it, and if the drawers were able to stay clean for the 30 days, be sure to leave a comment down below and let me know, and I would love to make that video for you. But for now, let's get started with the decluttering process. So the first thing that I'm going to do is just pull everything out of these drawers. That helps me see exactly how many clothes we have, and it makes sure that I'm not missing anything that has maybe been shoved to the back of the drawer. And I can also check and see then that all the clothes actually still fit them. Maybe some of the clothes haven't been worn in a little while, but if they say they really like it still, I will try it on them to make sure that it is something that will still work for them where they are right now. So like I said, I still haven't taken their shorts out of their drawers, and I'm just going to pull all of those out while I am doing this and put them up at the top of the closet, so I don't have to argue with them anymore about it not being shorts weather in the morning. Now, some of these jeans that we have are absolutely adorable and in fantastic shape, but my girls don't like wearing jeans. They would much rather wear a dress with some stretchy pants underneath or some yoga type pants. So I'm just gonna pull these out of the drawer and see if maybe some of our other friends could get some use out of them, because they're in perfectly good shape and I would much rather have somebody using them than have them just sitting in my kids' drawers. I will probably keep one pair of jeans that I can get her to wear sometimes if it's really cold outside, and I will just put some leggings on underneath the jeans, and the jeans just help keep them a little bit warmer than the leggings would all by themselves. It's weird for me not to be folding these clothes as I'm doing it, but I'm trying to just toss them to the side so that I can fold them the KonMari way when we're done. Now I'm going to put these shorts up in the closet before she comes in and tries to wear them all today. Now this here could be considered a summer item, and I could go ahead and put it up in the closet, but we have figured out that she can wear some leggings underneath this with a cute shirt, and it works really well to be worn all year long. So if your kid has a favorite summer item, see if they can find a way to make it work for winter as well, because kids are only this little so long, and it's nice if they can wear their favorite clothes as much as possible while they fit. Now, something else that she has had pile up a little bit are winter hats. She has these 4, and she also has one more that I think is down drying from when we went sledding the other day. But I know already that she never chooses these 2 anymore, and I can just go ahead and put them in the bin of clothes that are too small. And this one also, she loves this hat. It's really savvy, as she calls it, but it's just too small for her head, and it doesn't keep her warm anymore. So I'm going to go ahead and pass those ones down as well. I might send those to friends, but I think our friends have hats as well that they like to wear. So, and I already know that if she is going to choose a different hat than her hat with the little ear flaps that I think I showed in the working out video, she will choose this one. It's a little soft, slouchy style hat that my sister made for her last Christmas, and it still fits her really well. So this is the one I will keep in the drawer as another option for a winter hat for her. And a few more things that were in the dryer. And when I'm going through their clothes, I like to try as much as possible to have all of their clothes out as I'm looking through it, so I can see exactly how many things they have and how much we should pass on versus how much we should keep. And now that I've gone through and done a basic sort where I put aside the things I know she never wears and doesn't really care about, I will lay out all of the pants and all of the shirts separately and take a look at what she actually wears the most and see if she's okay passing on some of the things that she just doesn't wear nearly as often as the other things. Now, when you lay the clothes all out like this, it is really easy to see how many there are. There are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 pairs of pants here. As I am looking at them, I know exactly which ones she will wear on a consistent basis and which ones will get stuck at the back of the drawer. But since they are her pants, I'm going to call her in here and have her tell me which ones she would like to give to one of her friends and which ones she would like to keep in her drawer. Can you tell me which ones of these pants do you want to give? So we took the pants from 11 or 12, counting the ones that she's wearing because I forgot about those, down to 7. And I think that's a much more manageable number for her because she does tend to just go to the same ones all the time and only wear the other ones if these ones are dirty. So I think this will work out really well. The only other pants I am keeping are their 32-degree pants because these ones are fantastic for going in the snow or even just going outside on a cold day, and we will put them underneath a pair of jeans or underneath their fuzzy pants, and it just keeps them nice and warm. It's just a base layer. So I don't technically count those as pants because they don't wear them by themselves, but they are pants and they will be in their drawer. So now I am going to look up a video on how to fold kids' clothes the KonMari way and see if I can figure this out. So wish me luck. Okay, so that was actually a lot easier than I thought it would be. I think what has thrown me off before, because I have read her book and she explains the folding in it and I was just not able to understand it. I think it is a translation problem because she says fold in half. So I'll show you here. So I am folding, let's see if I can get a better angle. She says to fold the pants in half like this, and then fold them in half again. And then when she describes the next step, she says fold it in half and fold it in half, which to me means this and this. And it just doesn't work super well, and it tends to fall more apart that way when you try to stand it up like that. But when I watch the video of her doing it, I think what she actually means is fold it in thirds for the next step. And then that works much better. And now I'm just going to repeat the same process with the shirts. I'm going to lay all the shirts out and then let her come in here and tell me which shirt she wants to pass on and which shirt she wants to keep for herself. So again, when you lay everything out, it is really easy to see how many you have. And I think we have even more shirts than we had pants. So again, she is just going to go through and tell me which ones she is ready to pass on to some other friends and which ones she loves and wants to keep. don't know if this is how all kids are when it comes to decluttering clothes, but as soon as I was done with the shirts with her, she said, and these are the pajamas I want to get rid of. And they just get excited about the process and kind of keep it going for you almost. In some ways, I think they would get rid of even more clothes than I would, but I know the realities of how many clothes they actually need a little bit better than they do. So there are some times where I tell them, okay, you have to pick at least one of these to keep because I don't want you to run out of clothes. Now I am going to go through the shirts and see if I can figure out how to do the KonMari folding with those as well. So again, I think it was just the translation error in the book that was throwing me off with this before, because it's basically the same as the pants. You fold it in half, although you do leave a little gap here for the shirts, and then you do thirds, which in the book she says half. So and for my girls, I put their play dresses into their shirts drawer because they tend to use them as shirts, especially in the winter. They use them as a shirt with some leggings underneath. Now the long sleeve one looks a little bit more challenging to me. We'll see if I can figure this out. Fold it toward the center, and then she does something kind of interesting with the sleeve. I think she folds it like that, and then she folds it down like that, which the one issue I am finding with doing this with kids' clothes is that they're little, and I'm not sure how this method will work. Let's see, what did she... There we go. And I'm not sure how the method will work with the smaller clothes, but we will see. I will give it a try, and I can give you guys an update at the end and let you know how it goes if you'd like. So we went from probably 20 shirts or more to down to 11, which I think is much more manageable, especially for a 2.5-year-old. And now I'm just going to finish this off by doing the pajamas and the socks and underwear. And now all that's left to do is bag up the clothes that we are passing on. Since I don't think you want to see me do the same thing twice, I'm going to end this video before I go and declutter my other daughter's clothes. But I would love to hear from you in the comments below. Have you ever tried KonMari folding your kids' clothes before? Were you able to stick with it? Did you like it? Did you think it was worth it? And just let me know how it went for you. I am really interested to see how I like it and how it goes trying to stick with it for 30 days and teaching the girls how to fold their own clothes this way as well. The one thing I can already tell is going to be a challenge is their clothes are little, and especially things like their socks and underwear are just too small to fold that way. So I will probably just stick with my old way of folding their socks and underwear for now, but I am interested to try it and see if it keeps their drawers tidier and if it's easy enough for them to learn within the 30 days that we're going to try this out. Be sure to give this video a thumbs up if you found it helpful so more people can find it. And if you would like any help on your decluttering journey, be sure to check out the links in the description down below. I have a free decluttering workbook that you can print off, and I would also love to work with you personally to help you get your decluttering journey underway. I'm Kassy with makingtimeforgiggles.com, and I make videos all about making mom life simple. So be sure to subscribe down below and ring the bell next to it if you would like to see more videos like this one. I will see you there.